What's good, YouTube? This your boy Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis. I wanted to do that Enes Kanter. He was dominating it with OKC, so I wanted to make an Isaiah Thomas breakdown. This because he been pretty much a steal in that trade. They didn't really give up anything for him, and he put up 19.5 points, 5.4 assists, 34 from the three, 41 from the field, and 86 from the free throw line. That's a pretty good pickup for them so far. First we're gonna talk about the thing that he does best, and that's score. You see him come off a little screen, get the spot up jump shot. He's a pretty good shooter off the dribble and off screens. He's got a nice consistent jump shot so far and gets good elevation off the shot. First, and this is a good example, he dribbles, creates a little space with his stutter step, steps back, and he knocks down the spot up three. He got good consistency, good rhythm in his shot, and he got a high level of confidence, and he's not scared to take big shots in the fourth quarter, and he's just not scared of knocking down jump shots with anything in his face. And he's shorter and smarter than everybody on the court, but he got high confidence in his abilities, and you can see right there on that play. Now, going to talk about his finishing ability. He is an amazing finisher for his size and his athletic abilities. He got good body control. He got good ball handling. As you see, he keeps his dribble alive when he's going through defense and when he's coming off screens. He never picks up his dribble, and he never gets out of control when he's dribbling the ball. He just goes to the paint. Good body control, good finishing ability, can finish with contact, can finish at overstretched arms, and he can just kiss the glass. He can throw it off the glass. He can throw it in the net. He can really finish real good for his size and his athletic abilities. He's really good, and his ball handling is one of the reasons he can cut up the paint and get wide open layups, because he's faster and quicker than a lot of guards and a lot of centers. So he can beat you to spots, and he can get to spots early, and he can just do floaters, and he can just go to the paint, throw it off the backboard, because you just can't keep up with him. So once he beats you off that dribble, he's going right to the paint, and he's finishing majority of the chances he gets. And that's crazy for his size and his athletic abilities. Next thing and the last thing we're gonna talk about before we rewrap the video is his playmaking ability. That's one thing he's done. He's doing a whole lot better, because he usually just come in a game to be an instant scorer. But you see, it's because of Brad Stevens' offense. They use Jay Crowder kind of like a stretch four, and all the centers and power forwards can shoot. Brandon Bass, Olynyk, Jared Sullinger. So the floor is really spaced. So you have to guard the pick and roll, and you see they all can create their own shots off the dribble, and they all can knock down threes and mid range. So he gets the ability to probe in the defense, come off screens and get wide open shooters, attack the paint, and get the mid-range jumper, because the floor is just so spaced out. And then the pick and roll is ridiculous. They run pick and roll, screen and roll all game, and you really can't guard it because of the shooting ability of the big man. And you see everybody on this team is not scared to take shots. And as you see, he just pulled up that three with confidence. It's just hard to guard the Boston Celtics because of the floor spacing and the sets that they run. And Isaiah Thomas is doing a perfect example of running the offense and also keeping the dribble alive, so that way he can probe into the defense and get open shooters. And that way he can still come off, get draw fouls, get to the three-point line, get to the mid-range. So Boston, they really don't take that many bad shots because of their ball handling from their point guards. And that's what they really need Isaiah Thomas out here for, because Marcus Smart really can't shoot that good. And we put Isaiah Thomas in there, he's a scoring point guard, and he can shoot the ball, and he can knock down the three. I know he's shooting 34%, but that's because he's shooting 6 threes a game. He's not really that tall, so it's harder for him to get a shot off. So he has to shoot more spot up threes and shoot a high percentage from the three-point line. But he can knock down a three. You especially seen that in Sacramento. But it's just crazy to have Isaiah Thomas in there with the pick and roll, because his quickness to get to the paint, his ability to knock down free throws, and his ability to knock down spot up three. So you can't sag too hard off the screen. You can't overplay the screen, because he plays control and he plays at a certain speed. But he also know how to change his paces, so that way he can still score, and he can keep the defense at his heels and to keep the defense all balanced, so he can kick out to Jay Crowder. He can kick out to Kelly Olynyk. He can kick out to Jared Sullinger. He can kick out to Avery Bradley, and they can knock down a spot up threes in the mid-range, or get to the free throw line, or even get to the paint and throw up some layups and some dunks. And Isaiah Thomas is a nightmare in the fast break because of his finishing ability and his ability to kick out the ball and be able to speed and get past everybody on the court. So you don't want him to get the ball on fast break, because he can just kill you on a fast break. Isaiah Thomas is versatile. He doing a whole lot of things right. And it ain't really too much you can pick apart his game. He doesn't turn the ball over as much as you think. I know he averaging 2.7, but most of them turnovers because he had to get used to the system. Now he don't turn over the ball as much. He doesn't try to do too much. He just knows how to play the game, and he plays at his own speed, and just got the knowledge down pat. He ain't got the athletic and the height, but he showed that you got to respect him on the court anytime he checks in because he's coming in to get buckets. This game, he had 34 points. He averaging 19.5. This guy is not scared of a 7-foot center. He's not scared of anything that you do. He got heart and he got work ethic, and that's what makes him one of the best NBA players in the league because he just worked so hard on his game, and now he just a threat. He could have won 6 Man of the Year if he wasn't starting in Boston, but now sometimes they let Marcus Smart start. So if I had to pick a 6 Man of the Year because he was 6 man in Phoenix, but now he going back to the bench in Boston in the last couple games, I think that Isaiah Thomas really should, him or Lou Williams, should be the 6 Man of the Year. But I go with Isaiah Thomas, especially if he stays on the bench in Boston and they do make the playoffs. Isaiah Thomas has he's been taking over games, and he's the smallest person on the court, and he still put up 34 easily, and he shoots the ball well. I know he's shooting 41%. That's because a lot of his shots come in bailouts, but he do have bad shot selection. That's something that he's gonna have to work on. He do chuck up a lot of tough shots, a lot of step back jumpers, a lot of quick rush threes. If he can improve his shot selection a little bit more and become a 45% shooter, kind of like if he can come back to the 45% and be a volume shooter, I think he could put up like 21 points a game in Boston off the bench. Like, they need him that much, and he in that floor spacing is like the perfect system for him because he can pretty much do anything he want on the court because you can't help off of him because you can just kick it out to all the people who can shoot. So you can't help off the pick and roll, you can't help off the screens because everybody on the team can shoot jump shots from mid-range to three-point shots. So it's hard to guard this guy, and it's hard to guard the Boston Celtics, and that's why you see him as one of the best offenses. And you got to give Brad Stevens a lot of credit because of what he did with his team and how the team is put together. And the players' names ain't the best names, but they play hard. They have a lot of hard work ethic, and they play together. And that's one of the most best things about this Boston Celtics team is that they stay together and they believe in their abilities and they play to their skill sets. And Isaiah Thomas is a perfect example of that. And he has to get something out of this year, because it really been a blessing to watch him play the basketball game. And I'm a Celtics fan, so I had to make this video because I'm a fan of his, and I'm glad that we made that trade because this helped us become a better team. And it was really a steal because they really got him for really nothing, honestly. And he really fits with this team, and he just really been a good weapon. So let me know what you guys think on Isaiah Thomas. Comment, like, subscribe, and share. If you like this video, check out my older videos. If you like this video, you like my older videos, subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. And Jimmy Butler will be up later.